Hi, I'm John and welcome back to my Lair of Action Figures. So today, Sunday, is again This Week in Action Figures. This is going to be episode 24 and there's going to be a lot of stuff that I'll be talking about, and we're talking about all the news that happened this week and also wishing you all a Merry Christmas. I'm going to be taking a little break during the Christmas period. I have some videos coming, uploading, so you can enjoy them. There's shorts, there's plenty of stuff. If there's any breaking news or any kind of information that is needed, I will quickly do a video. Of course, I will do a quick video also about for New Year with my wishes, and also a bit where I want to be going with the channel for next year. So without further ado, let's jump into the news. So this news I wanted to talk about last week, but there was not much going on. So of course this is Hasbro coming out with some new Stormtroopers. So of course we have the Stormtrooper Commander over here, and over here we have General Veers. Now I've been noticing a trend with Hot Toys. Hot Toys seems to be copying a lot what Hasbro's done, because we got for the San Diego the Obi-Wan versus Anakin Skywalker. What does Hot Toy do? Well, they make us also the same set in 1/6 scale. Now Hot Toys just released this guy in an exclusive version, so hopefully this one is coming for 2026. Anyway, I do think it's a bit of a shame because, again, Hasbro here, coming back to Hasbro, it's a bit of a shame. They did some pictures and they used the 8080, who was this kind of more bigger model. They did the deluxe model, but they're not relaunching it, but they're coming out with figures. So if you missed it, or you have to go and buy it on the secondary market, you're going to be paying a lot of money. Again, this is a trend with Hasbro trying to do stuff, but not really going how they should be going around it. I think it's a shame. Great figure, head sculpt looks great, a lot of stuff looks great, but again, you need to have a following up, and I'm going to be talking about it with some more Hasbro stuff and also about Hot Toys going all over the place. Now, let's talk about Hot Toys. So, of course, I did a review and give you my thoughts about this figure here. So this figure was announced, and you can see that we have a Chewbacca who's teased. So you're like, well, logically, the next figure that should be coming out after this one, well, should be Chewbacca. Well, you get the Snowtrooper Commander exclusive. Of course, these figures have a tendency of coming out very fast, and this is why I'm thinking that if they're following a bit the trend of what Hasbro's doing, we should be seeing a General Veers for 2026. Fingers crossed, because this is a really good figure, and hopefully they will do the one that they did as the Black Series. We'll be doing a review on that figure later on, and that figure is really one of my favorite Black Series from Hasbro. Then afterwards, we are jumping to episode 3 with the Man. My God, we also get a little tease for, oh, we're going to get the silver one, and we have the blue one first. So it's a lot of stuff jumping from episode 6 to episode 5, then to episode 3. It would be nice to have a bit of a continuity for people to be able to get hyped about something. If you're going to focus on episode 3 because you want to do something for the 25th anniversary, do it in this kind of way, but jumping all around kind of is not the best way of doing it. I don't think it creates a lot of hype around it, and I think this is something that is a huge problem when you are trying to hype up a product. Maybe I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section, but if you're going to teach something, give me everything that is coming out. Now, talking about these guys over here, going back to our friends at Hasbro with G.I. Joe Classified, this is a disaster who's going to be happening at the end of 2026. I can nearly bet you anything you want on this, but this is going to be a crap show, due to the fact that this is up for pre-order. If you want to pre-order it, you have until the 4th of January. The problem is, after 4th of January, you can cancel, and there doesn't seem to be any fees. So if you decide to cancel later on, in let's say in August of 2026, you can cancel, there's no consequences. So if people are going to change their mind, see something else, run out of money by that period of time, I think this is a very poor calculation on the behalf. And again, this is a problem with the scheduling of the coming out of figures, because we are knowing that we're getting this at the end of 2026, but what else is coming out? Are we going to get many more deluxe figures? Are we going to get more expensive San Diego Comic-Cons? What is going to be HasLab's next vehicle for G.I. Joe? So there's a lot of stuff that comes into play, and of course the economic situation that some of the American people may have, or collectors will have, and will maybe have to say, well, sorry, I will have to cancel one or two because I had my eyes, or let's say my stomach bigger than my eyes, and I think it goes the other way around. But you see what I'm talking about. This is going to be ending up as a disaster, and it's a bit of a shame, because getting a bit of a larger vehicle and doing a test like I did suggest Hasbro to do, come out with a vehicle, bigger vehicle, put it as a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, put it around the $200 mark. All of this was predicted by me. You can go and watch the video that I made about it. It's the one where I'm talking about backing yourself in a corner and the other stuff that I would have done. This is something that should have gone up for pre-order with a deposit. So people would be really wanting and think twice before pre-ordering it, because they would lose some money. There's, again, when you have no risk, the risk has no consequences, then people will take the risk because there's no consequences. So yeah, that's how I would do if I would be running a company. This is exactly what I would do. I would ask for a deposit on it, so you don't end up with a whole bunch of army building Artic assault Hiss tanks. Now, continuing with G.I. Joe Classified, we're going to go on to G.I. Joe Classified Temu or Wish. And here we have our horrible 3 figures that were announced. So I did a video about it. I'm going to extend myself. But again, Hasbro should give this a white version, showed in some stuff that they already had. But you will notice on all these 3 figures, none of them have any real winter equipment. There's no shoes for the rackets to put on their feet. There's no skis. There's no batons. There's nothing there. This kind of metallic backpack is not going to work very well in an Arctic environment. Over here we have a trooper that has no backpack, no skis, no nothing, and just a bunch of stuff. And why would you have a gas mask out in the cold? Doesn't make sense. I made a video about it, and this is showing you how bad Hasbro has become by giving you these cheap figures. I know that people will say, well, G.I. Joe, you know, John, it's all about repaints. They've been doing it since day one. And, well, not totally true that they were doing it since day one, because we can argue about it. It started a lot later, but that would be for another video if you want me to do about it. But this figure here and the 3 other ones are just a cheap repaint with nothing to do. Just saying, hey, look, he's white, he's gray. They have the kind of winter look onto it, and hey, let's not put any winter gear with it, because it wouldn't make sense to have it. I mean, they're camping in a bivouac with no closed environment, sitting on the back of an opened snowcat. They're going to freeze to death, but hey, let's cut off the logic, and this kind of stuff is pretty ridiculous. I think Hasbro needs to really sit down, and I'll be making a video in 2026 about showing how Hasbro has failed us as collectors. So stay tuned for that video. It's going to be very interesting how they're moving the goalpost and making it larger and larger, and this is taking collectors and their clients for fools. Anyway, enough with these rants. I'm going to wish you a Merry Christmas, all the best. Of course, if you're watching that on Sunday, I'm going to wish you also a happy Sunday. And also, if you are watching that another day of the week, I'm going to wish you have a fantastic day of that week. whenever you watch it. So stay tuned, go and have a look. There's going to be a ton of videos coming out. I'm going to be uploading some reviews, so go and check them out, shorts also. So there we are. And that's going to be it for the last This Week in Action Figure News episode 24 for this year. I'm going to be happy to see you next year. And don't forget, if you like this kind of videos, leave a like, share, comment in the section, subscribe to the channel, share these videos. It does help a lot the channel. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic Sunday, fantastic week, and a Merry Christmas. Bye!